Welcome. I ask that you meditate before listening to this information, even if it's just 5 deep breaths. Some might say this is all conspiracy, but as you learn spiritual truths, the veil becomes thin. None of this information is meant to fearmonger. The intent of this series is to bring attention and awareness to the situation. You did not find this by chance. This is Beyond the Veil, Decoded Messages from the Matrix. For years, movies and TV shows have touched on various topics of what could be. Truth sprinkled in and webbed into the other concepts so well it's inconceivable. However, through high levels of discernment, intuition, followed up with research, we will be led to the truth of the matter, the truth of reality. The Carnelian Law is a mixture of the 12 karmic laws, mostly focused on the Great Law and the laws of creation and focus. The Carnelian Law is also known as a guerrilla psychological warfare tactic, where they plaster the truth in hindsight. Why in hindsight, you might ask? Well, because we are already viewing it in reverse. This tactic also is using your subconscious mind against you, which we will get into more. But let's go into our timeline here. We have that moving pictures were in the works as early as the 1830s. In the 1890s, it got switched from science to entertainment, right? The focus. In 1908, the FBI was formed, and in 1947, the CIA was formed. The CIA published this SOP manual, however you want to pronounce that, the psychological operations in guerrilla warfare, right? Declassifying it in 2010. Okay, this project was started in the 1980s, 4 years after they were formed. This is an excerpt from this manual. In effect, the human being must be considered as the priority objective in a political war and viewed as the military target of guerrilla warfare. The most critical point of the human being is the mind. Boom. Is the what? The mind. Once the mind has been reached, the political animal has been vanquished without necessarily having to receive any shots. What more do we know about moving pictures, you might ask? Disney and Warner Bros. Started and founded their companies in 1923. They shortly joined after Paramount and Universal Pictures in the 1910s. All of this timeline is very crafted, if I might add. And always read the footnotes. You must understand the 12 karmic laws to understand the infrastructure of the Carnelian Law. Even overstand it. The seed you sow is the seed that grows. That is our great law, cause and effect. You are the key to the engine. This is the law of creation. You must accept reality before you can change it. This is the law of humility. Stay humble. Okay. Okay. You must go inward to grow, not outward. This is the law of growth. Your life reflects your inner world, your inner thoughts, your inner processes, your inner paradigm is always reflected back to you, and that is your responsibility. The law of responsibility. Amen. Everything is connected, and y'all know I stand on that. Energetically, okay, everything is connected. And that's the law of connection. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. And that's the law of focus. If you believe it, live by it. The law of giving and hospitality. Live in the present moment. The law of here and now. I know it's all happening, the past, the future, the present, but be here now. Love that book. Amen. The lessons will continue until you learn the pattern. And that is the law of change. You cannot change anything until you learn something. Consistency and trust. The law of patience and reward. You must be consistent in your values. No matter how small, your contribution matters all the same. And let me tell you something. That's the law of significance and inspiration. However, these deletes learned how to loophole these laws and turn them into what I just explained to you guys earlier about the Carnelian Law. But they didn't account for one thing. That it was only a matter of time before the universe corrects itself and establishes balance, realigning the harmony. Movies, TV shows, animes, music, come on now, books and manga, and the games. But truth can be hidden in multiple medias, okay? And in this series, right, we will look at movies, TV shows, and anime specifically. Everything we discuss is interconnected to our reality in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's energy, AI, mythical creatures, in quotes, okay, Freemasons, or Illuminati. we have some examples. First, the Avatar, the Last Airbender, explaining the 7 chakra centers. See, we have the root chakra, we have the sacral and the solar plexus chakra, right? We have the heart chakra, we have the throat chakra, right? And then we have the crown chakra, okay? Men in Black, discussing aliens in a secret organization called the NHA. We're gonna have to get into them more later too. And then we have the Matrix, discussing the matriarchy, okay, as well as consciousness and unconsciousness. As we progress, we will get deeper and deeper into how they used media to control our world while exposing everything and nothing at the same time. Think about it. Why do we keep seeing reoccurring themes? As you journal this question in a notebook or in the comments, right, please think back to other medias that have shared parallels with our reality. And once you are finished, please meditate again. Even if it's just 5 deep breaths. You have a blessed day, and remember, we speak love, justice, and peace. Amen.